The pattern has not changed since 1947. Pakistan's invasion of Kashmir began with terrorism in 1947 and 1965. The Kargil war again was invasion preceded by terrorism. Let's call this attack by Pakistan in April 2025 what it truly is. It is the fifth Indo-Pak war. As before, Pakistan has started this war, and just like every time before, it's Pakistan that is ending up with a bloodied nose and worse. In the last 6 days, Pakistan has been hit on 10 different fronts. A coordinated and crushing Indian response to Pakistan's aggression along the line of control. From Kupwara to Poonch, from Uri to Rampur, from Gurez to Akhnur, these are not just scattered incidents, these are battlefronts spread over 300 kilometers and marked clearly on your screens right now are the 10 flashpoints of Pakistani failure. Tuesday night marked the 6th consecutive day of unprovoked firing by Pakistan along the line of control. Last night, at the Kargil sector of Jammu, Pakistani troops opened fire at Indian posts. They hoped to provoke, but instead, they invited punishment. Every ceasefire violation has triggered a swift, precise, and powerful counter-strike from Indian forces. Kupwara, Baramulla, Akhnur. Multiple Indian sectors have been under fire from Pakistan, but each time, Pakistan's aggression was swiftly repelled by the Indian army. Pakistan has historically used ceasefire violations along LOC as a cover to push terrorists into Jammu and Kashmir, with the melting snow opening up traditional infiltration routes, especially in northern Kashmir. Now, since Thursday, Pakistan's provocations have only increased. Tutmari Gali was the first flashpoint, then came Rampur, then Uri, Tangadhar and Kupwara. By Saturday night, it was clear that this was not a one-off incident. This was a purposeful escalation. By Sunday night, even Poonch was under fire. And the Indian Army did not just return fire, the Indian Army responded firmly. Let's now shift the focus to numbers, the real proof of Pakistan's agenda. According to intelligence agencies, at least 120 terrorists have assembled every single month since December right across the LOC, waiting to infiltrate. That's the number, 120. And these are not just random gunmen. They are trained for 3 kinds of missions. Number 1, direct firefights, border action team style raids and IED blasts. And this was no coincidence. This was preparation and build-up to the Pahalgam terror attack on April 22nd, claimed by Lashkar-e-Toiba's proxy outfit, the Resistance Front. India has responded not just with words, but with counter-fire to unprovoked firing by Pakistan. Just like 1947, 1965, 1971 or 1999, this is Pakistan's 5th attempt to provoke an Indo-Pak war. Despite opening at least 10 fronts and 6 days of continuous ceasefire violations, one truth remains unchanged. Unlike Pakistan, India does not start wars, but India knows how to finish them. War with India only ends one way, and that's with Pakistan's defeat. As tensions simmer between India and Pakistan following the Pahalgam terror attack, one fact is resoundingly clear. The two militaries are not on equal footing. Our next story takes a deep look at how India does not just match Pakistan, it outclasses it across land, air and sea.
India boasts the world's fourth largest military, while Pakistan's ranks 12th. India fields a formidable 14,55,550 active personnel, more than double Pakistan's 6,54,000. This overwhelming manpower advantage gives India unmatched depth for sustained operations and rapid mobilization. India's Air Force soars with 2,229 total aircraft, dwarfing Pakistan's 1,399. In the skies, India commands 513 fighter aircraft compared to Pakistan's 328, ensuring air superiority in any conflict scenario. Another critical edge is aerial refueling. India operates 6 aerial tankers while Pakistan has just 4, allowing Indian jets to strike deeper and stay airborne longer. India's rotary wing strength is also unmatched, with 979 helicopters versus Pakistan's 430, enabling rapid troop movement, logistics and close air support. India has frontline fighter jets like Rafale, Su-MKI, Mirage and Tejas. Pakistan's Air Force relies heavily on JF-17 Thunders and aging F-16s. On the ground, India's 4,201 tanks outnumber Pakistan's 2,627, and its 1,48,594 armoured vehicles utterly eclipse Pakistan's 17,516. This vast mechanized force translates into overwhelming firepower and mobility along any front. Indian forces have focused on modernization, acquisition of advanced weaponry and indigenous defense production. India's blue water ambitions are clear. It boasts 2 aircraft carriers, INS Vikrant and INS Vikramaditya, while Pakistan has none. These twin colossal fighting machines help India to rapidly deploy air power anywhere and the ability to serve as a command center for joint operations. India is a true blue ocean navy. Again in the sea, India's 18 submarines and 13 destroyers further outclass Pakistan's 8 submarines and 0 destroyers, ensuring control over the Indian Ocean and vital sea lanes. India also has a robust satellite-based surveillance and advanced missile defense system like S-400, giving it a 360-degree edge over its western neighbor. Simply put, while both are nuclear-armed nations, India is a military powerhouse with technological depth, strategic alliances and battlefield experience. Pakistan, despite the bluster, is vastly outmatched and knows it. Bureau Report, WION The World.
India is seething. Every Indian is angry, not asking if, but where India will deliver its decisive blow on Pakistan. We have been seeing in the past few days how Pakistan has mobilized additional troops and weaponry along the line of control. Not just that, Pakistan has moved key air defense assets and electronic warfare detachments to forward locations near the LOC. It has also been conducting continuous air readiness drills. These actions also include reinforcing the Sialkot sector with radar. In the latest, the Pakistan government released footage of its military exercises that are being undertaken in the anticipation of imminent military action by India. These exercises are taking place in Sialkot, Narowal, Zafarwal and Shakragarh. Pakistan's information minister said last night that an attack by India can happen in the next 24 to 36 hours. This is after Pakistan's defense minister said an attack by India is imminent. The question right now on everybody's mind is, where will India hit back Pakistan? Now, India shares a porous border with Pakistan. We already told you about the 10 battle fronts along the line of control. We do know that Jammu and Kashmir is highly militarized. So at this point of time, will India opt for a new route? Apart from J&K, Pakistan also shares border with India along both Gujarat and Rajasthan. This also includes Punjab. The total length of the India-Pakistan border, also known as the international border, is 3,323 kilometers. Remember, the 1965 war began in the run of Kutch. On April 9th, 1965, Pakistan launched Operation Desert Hawk in the run of Kutch. This was a prelude to the larger war that followed. So the question right now is, will India open the Gujarat front? Will it be across the border or an aerial strike? Well, earlier, I spoke to Major General Sanjay Sohi, Defence and Strategic Affairs Analyst, and this is what he had to say.
Believe in surprise factor. If the Pakistan is ready in J&K, we can open Gujarat front. There is nothing wrong in it, because on the one side, if you see the Balochistan in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa area, also there are problems are there, the issues are there. Then the Sindh, there are law and order problems already erupted because of shortage of waters. Pakistan army has not been able to control that. We need to take advantage and also maintain surprise. Resha, if you remember, when Uri happened, Pakistan thought that we'll stop matches or we'll curse them, but we did the surgical strike. After Pulwama, they thought maximum we'll do surgical strike. Where did the air strike? This time, one major strike has already been done, that holding in abeyance the Indus Water Treaty. They are already feeling the pinch. And the second thing is, again, I would say, the surprise factor which should remain, that we have the capability to carry out offensive across all over, right deep inside the Pakistan. We have the missiles. Agni missiles can go up to 5,500 kilometers. We have the Prithvi, we have the BrahMos. Surface-to-surface missiles can carry out, or ground attack can carry out. Airstrikes, Rafale, we have the Rafale. So all options can be exercised when the war starts. There's no hold bars. Here I would like to discuss all the options. On the one side, our Navy is ready. The Air Force is carrying out the practice. We also have the different kinds of surface-to-surface missile, air-to-surface missiles, and also we have number of drones. All kinds of attack possibilities are there. Besides this, the army is also ready. So options could be only in J&K LOC area, or activate the whole border from LOC to international border right up to the Gujarat, or attack only the launch pads, or carry out blockade through the Navy, and at the same time carry out attacks, because ultimately the aim would be to let the Pakistan army feel the pain.
Even as the US works towards a peace deal for Ukraine, Russia is busy strengthening its partnership with ally North Korea. On Wednesday, Russia and North Korea started building a road bridge over the Tumen River, a bridge that would strengthen the strategic partnership. As stated by Russia's Prime Minister, the new bridge will be situated near the existing Friendship Bridge, which is a railway bridge established in 1959. That's after the Korean War. Now, during a ceremony marking the commencement of the bridge's construction, the Russian Prime Minister stressed its importance for Russia-North Korea ties.
Dear Comrade Pak Taesong, dear colleagues, dear friends, I'm glad to welcome you at the outstanding event, the beginning of construction of a road bridge over the Tumen River at the border between the Russian Federation and Democratic People's Republic of Korea. It is a truly significant step in Russian-Korean relations. The significance goes far beyond just an engineering task. It symbolizes our common desire to strengthen friendly, good neighborly relations and increase inter-regional cooperation.
Он символизирует наше общее стремление к укреплению.
The planned road bridge, which has been in discussion for several years, will reportedly measure 850 meters. That is 2,789 feet. It would connect with the Russian highway network. The agreement for its construction was made during the Russian President Vladimir Putin's visit to North Korea in 2024. According to Russia's Komsant newspaper, the bridge is expected to be completed by the summer of next year.
The construction of the road bridge at the border is a long-awaited, joyful event for the people of our two countries. This initiative holds significant importance as it will strongly promote the development of various cooperation and economic ties between the two countries.
All right, shifting our focus to the Russia-Ukraine war. Ukraine has struck a symbolic and strategic blow to Russia. A drone attack, to be specific, on the Kinburn Spit. It's a sliver of land located at the mouth of the Dnipro River and is important to Kiev's access to the entire Black Sea. Here's the latest as to what happened. On Wednesday, the Ukrainian Navy released a video showing a drone attack in the Kinburn Spit. The video appeared to show a drone striking a target on the strategically important strip of land. The region I'm talking about is nearly 3 miles long and extends from the Kinburn Peninsula into the Black Sea, south of the city of Kherson. In June 2022, the Russian forces had occupied the Spit in what became one of their last significant territorial gains on Ukraine's southern front that year. And this is important. We say that because, according to Reuters, Ukrainian and European envoys in London have handed a set of proposals to the US officials, saying that Ukraine enjoys unhindered passage on the Dnipro River and control of the Kinburn Spit. As you must have guessed by now, this is extremely important for Ukraine. Now, this area controls access to the Dnipro River, which runs through Ukraine, including Kiev. It also provides access from the Black Sea to the important port of Mykolaiv, which is crucial for Ukraine's exports. Mykolaiv is only second in size to Odessa among Ukraine's ports. And controlling this land allows Ukraine to showcase power into the Black Sea region. But of course, the Russians have been using this advantage since they captured it in June 2022. Just a day ago, on April 29th, the Ukrainian Navy said that they have retrieved and defused a Russian Fab 500 aviation bomb at the shores of Odessa. Ukraine demining experts reportedly retrieved the bomb from a depth of 20 meters, transported it to the shore and detonated it. The Ukrainian Navy says that until 2023, Russia dropped bombs from aircraft in Ukrainian territorial waters that is used by ships to export grain. But Russia is not holding back, launching deadly drone strikes on Kargil and the Dnipro, injuring dozens. On Tuesday, swarms of Russian drones attacked Kargil, injuring 45. Following the attack, residents, some carrying infants, gathered on the streets as emergency responders battled fires and also collected drone debris. Now, the attack came as the United States, which had tried to broker a peace deal, the United States tried to broker a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine, said that it would step back as a mediator unless the two warring parties put forward concrete proposals to end the ongoing war.
But I do have something I can tell you that the Secretary said to me about the situation just a short time ago, Andrea Mitchell. We are now at a time where concrete proposals need to be delivered by the two parties on how to end this conflict. How we proceed from here is a decision that belongs now to the President. If there is not progress, we will step back as mediators in this process.
Today, the Kremlin has responded saying that Russian President Vladimir Putin is open to Ukraine peace, but it cannot happen as fast as the US wants.
Let me remind you that President Putin said during his news conference in Kremlin that he supported this initiative to establish a ceasefire. But before it is established, several questions should be answered and several issues should be settled. They were all listed by President Putin.
That was Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov addressing reporters on Wednesday. He said that Russia's war goals must be achieved and that its preference is to achieve those goals peacefully. He said that Putin had expressed a willingness for direct talks with Ukraine, but that there had been no answer yet from Kiev. Remember, US President Donald Trump, who says he wants to be remembered as peacemaker, has repeatedly said he wants to end the bloodbath in Ukraine. He has cast the war as a proxy conflict between the United States and Russia. On Tuesday, Trump said that he thought that Putin wants to stop the war and that if it was not for him, then the Russian president would try to take the whole of Ukraine. Remember, Putin's decision to send troops into Ukraine in 2022 has triggered the worst confrontation in Europe and between US and Russia since the 1962 Cuban